In this lesson, we'll set about learning to use the Sharpen tool in Adobe Photoshop CS6. Let's find an appropriate blurry image, even photo. The squirrel should do. Copy image. Control N to create a new document. And Control V to paste from the clipboard. Great. Two layers. Let's get rid of the background layer because it's redundant now that we've copied over the content from the clipboard. Select the Sharpen tool from the Blur Sharpen Smudge drop-down menu. On the Tools bar, or the Options bar I should say, excuse me, we have the usual brush options. Change the size, you can change the hardness versus softness. Left is softness, right is hardness, and you can choose any area on that continuum. And a number of preset brush styles and types. Okay, so this is fine. I'm just going to reduce the size a bit. And you have mode. Change that to normal, I think, for now. Strength is a self-explanatory one. It controls the strength of the effect applied to the pixels on the canvas by this tool. Okay, let's zoom in nice and close. Alt middle mouse scroll is the easiest way. You can use the navigator also. And I'm just going to increase the size of the brush slightly, and we'll click and drag, and that's obviously an exaggerated effect, and just to make it clear what we're doing here. Whereas when we blur an image, we make the transition between one color value to another in adjacent pixels softer and less extreme. When we sharpen, the converse is true. So we make the change sharper, we make it more extreme, we make it harder. So blur is soft and sharpen is hard. Gives us hard edges or hard transitions. Okay, so can we use this to any kind of a visual benefit when we're editing this image? Well, if we constrain ourselves, then yes, is probably the best answer to that. Say we want to make just the perimeter of this squirrel a little bit clearer, more distinct from the background. Well, what I can do is just grab a softer brush, increase the size. And if you don't want to affect the background, then you might just have to make a selection. I'm going to try the quick selection tool here. Select my squirrel, or the general area of the squirrel anyway. Holding Alt to remove areas from that selection. That's as precise as I need to be here, because we're not demonstrating the quick selection tool, we're demonstrating the Sharpen tool. Now let's just sharpen the entire squirrel. Okay, he does look sharper than the background, doesn't he? And if you want to accentuate that effect just on the edges, then use a smaller brush and just run around the rim like this. And that'll give you an even sharper effect on the border. So that is the Sharpen tool. In our next lesson, we'll take a look at the smudge tool.